What's up, guys? Ball Cards in the Attic here. Today I'm talking to AI about sports cards, specifically the Junk Wax Error, Junk Wax 2.0. And I'm going to show you a little chat that I had. A disclaimer before I start. This video is not to tell you what to buy. That's not my intentions. Don't consider this investment advice. Spend your own money wisely. That's all I can say. AI gives advice, but it's not always right. It's not always correct. At the end of the day, it's up to you how you want to spend your money. So in this video, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money or buy cards. It's just seeing what AI has to say. All right, so I asked AI, what do you think about junk wax error for sports cards? Do you think it could happen again? And if you want to pause this video and look at all of these different points it gives, basically talks about what was the junk wax error and a few key points on why it happened. So the interesting part is, could it happen again? Yes. Those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. That's the classic line everyone always says. So it says, yes, in theory, it could happen, but less likely in the same way that it happened before. Back then, there was just a bunch of different sets, just printing the same cards out over and over. There wasn't different types of parallels and stuff like that, autos, relics. And the interesting part here, this is there are warning signs. With the boom during 2020 to 2021, production of some products clearly ramped up, and prices for many modern base rookies have already fallen sharply. The digital slash social hype cycle can inflate prices in the short term, but if collectors realize the supply is massive, values could crash in a similar fashion. So, part right here that I like that it says an overproduction bubble in disguise is still very possible, just with shiny numbered parallels instead of stacks of 1989 Donruss. And that's what I've been seeing a lot of is like all the different amounts of parallels there are out there, different sets, um, even parallels that are considered case hits, and but they're not numbered, so they're rare, but you don't know how many of them there actually are. Now, AI went ahead and said, I can break down modern indicators that a new junk wax style bubble might be forming. So, number one, I said, yeah, go ahead, show me. Number one, it says explosion of product variants. In the new junk wax era, you had a few main brands. Now, a single year might have dozens of sets, each with multiple parallels and inserts. Very true. It says if there are 15, one of 2,299 parallels of the same rookie, that's not really rare in the big picture. So, talking about stars like John Morant, Zion, Shohei, produced in huge quantities. And if you look at the PSA 10 pop report and all the other pop reports on there, see base card of Ohtani, 10,000 PSA 10s. And then I put a comparison of a bit more of a scarce card, which is the gold PSA 10s. There's 98 of them. So, pretty interesting. So, manufactured scarcity over true scarcity is another point it makes. It's the serial number cards sound rare, but with the dozens of different colored parallels, the number of rare versions skyrockets. Very true. Seems like every year they're adding to Prism or Topps Chrome, and it's just like, do we really need a out of 699 pink magenta sparkle? Probably not, right? Is that very special? Not really. Number four, price spikes driven by hype, not performance. Social media and break culture can cause a card to triple in price overnight. And I see this all the time on Instagram. You know, invest in this quarterback. This guy, he all he needs is two or three good games. And it's like, no, dude, that's not why the cards should be going up in value. Like we need to have these players prove something before that happens. Heavy reliance on breaks and flipping, corporate expansion, and I think this is consolidation. Yeah. Fanatics now controls tops, aiming for multiple sports licenses. A monopoly could mean more product to push to maximize profit. So key takeaway, I like this part right here. PSA populations in the tens of thousands for hot rookies, a flood of no of low number parallels, more products released per sport than ever before. It's a strong sign we're drifting toward another overproduction bubble. Very true, in my opinion. Now, another question I'd ask. List of sports card sets today that are most likely aged like junk wax. I said, yeah, go ahead. High risk. These are all high risk ones. This next page. Panini Prism, considered high risk because of the number of base PSA 10, greater than 20,000 for Luca. Donruss and Donruss Optic. Mass distribution everywhere. It says blaster boxes everywhere at Walmart or Target. So AI must have went shopping and figured that one out. It's very true though. Top Series 1, Series 2, definitely a bunch of that printed out. Mosaic, more parallels than the periodic table. Chronicles, all sports, it says. These are moderate risk products. It says select, hoops basketball, which I think even hoops would be more of like riskier than moderate. And then Bowman Chrome prospects. Safer bets for long-term value. Topps Chrome Sapphire, National Treasure slash Flawless, Bowman First Chrome Autos, SP Authentic Future Watch Autos for hockey. Now again, this is AI. This is based on like what it sees on the internet. It's gathering all together. Is this exactly accurate? No. So just take that. Like I said, this isn't investing advice. I'm not saying go out and buy these products here for safer bets. This is just AI's opinion. Rule of thumb to avoid modern junk wax traps. If you can find sealed retail boxes on shelves months after release, or if a PSA 10 pop for a base rookie is already in the thousands within a year, odds are it's overproduced. Very true. They said you want a list of current rookies who might be the Ken Griffey or Frank Thomas of a potential Junk Wax 2.0. So it gave me a list for a few sports. Again, AI's opinion. You might think Giannis is not that good or whatever, but this is just based on AI. And then I put the pop reports for again Luca's base card, 21,000 tens, 17,000 nines. And then I put a parallel that I kind of like, but I don't own that card. I don't even know if that's a numbered card or not, but there's only 43 PSA 10s in comparison. And Wembanyama is crazy, 26,000 PSA 10s already. So that was saying these are even if these sets um go to zero. Most of the players, it says it right here, meaning these guys will hold values, but most of their peers won't. So these guys are probably worth stashing. But even this crazy amount of for the pop report. For baseball, Otani, Rodriguez, Acuna, Ellie De La Cruz. I don't know about that. Um, but I put Otani's pop report here, blue at a 150 pop report. You can see the difference because of scarcity. I really don't do football, but this is what they said for football. Um, and then reasons why they stand out in this Junk Wax 2.0 era. And then it offers to make a Junk Wax survival guide, which to me, I was like, all right, cool, go ahead. I wasn't even asking for this, but like, let's keep going with it. AI is just like very interesting. And again, I put some more pop reports. You could pause the video and look at that. Just pretty crazy. I do own these two cards. I'm not saying buy those two cards. I'm just saying like compared to the base versions, there's just like a ton of it out there. These are a little bit more scarce, a little bit harder to find, especially in the PSA 10 version. All right, so here's the survival guide in this Junk Wax 2.0. Here's what you need to do to be safe, careful. It says buy low population cards, true scarcity, first and flagships, Hall of Fame trajectories, which I think is very important, short print parallels. Um, Again, not investment advice. This is just what AI is saying. What to avoid, mass-produced base, hype-only prospects, thank you, over parallel products, and retail fatigue. Number three, Notice the red flags of overproduction. PSA 10 count skyrockets within months of release, more than 10 parallel versions of a single card, which that's every set. That's like kind of silly. Multiple rookie cards across many brands in the same year. Social media hype over on-field performance. And I think this is so important. That's a very important point. There's so many influencers that are just like pushing so many players, and it's like, dude, why? No. Number four, buy the player, not the product. Not the focus on the all-time talent, not the latest hype. Track pop reports, diversify errors. Means collect modern, collect new. Well, that's the same thing. The collect the old stuff, collect the new stuff, the in between. Hold quality, flip quantity. Hold the quality stuff to keep the good stuff. Flip the stuff that there's a lot of. Bottom line, if it feels like everyone has the card you are about to buy, it's not rare. And in a Junk Wax 2.0 crash, it won't be valuable. Stick to true scarcity and generational players. So again, I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I just want you to be safe with your money. Um, Try not to listen to these influencers that are always pushing guys, trying to sell certain quarterbacks or whatever. Just have fun in this hobby. Be careful. And that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Pretty interesting. Let me know. Y'all go to ChatGPT and talk to the AI bot, and then comment in the section below about what you asked and what they said, because you'll find some pretty interesting answers. All right, man. Have a good day and keep on collecting.